promising executive action against big tech. Business Insider, and they do this every single time, all these mainstream media outlets always say, there's no evidence that Twitter discriminates against conservatives. Okay, so you were permanently banned from Twitter for essentially being rude to a CNN reporter, okay? That happened. They called it targeted harassment. I was suspended for 12 hours on Twitter for posting a video of what was a news event. I wasn't even advocating it. I merely described what happened in the video, you being mean to a CNN reporter, boo-hoo. This group go and harass Ted Cruz and his wife in their private family time, chase them out of the restaurant, post it on Twitter. They then post, quote, you are not safe. We will find you. We will take from you the piece you've taken from so many others, okay?
And let's be clear, that's on the Twitter account where they uploaded the video. So this is them now adding, we're stalking you.
In the same thread, they openly doxed Gavin McInnes, put out his phone number. I spoke to Cassandra Fairbanks over at Gateway Pundit. Gavin McInnes is getting death threats, has been getting death threats all morning, all afternoon. His family's been getting death threats because this group put his phone number on the same thread that went viral on Twitter of them engaging in targeted harassment against Ted Cruz and his wife, of them engaging in targeted harassment against other politicians by saying, we're going to find you, we're going to get you, and doxing Gavin McInnes, 3 clear violations of Twitter's rules. You were suspended for being rude to a CNN reporter. What is going to happen to this account? Add to this, Alex, the background of their Twitter account is the Antifa flag. Antifa has been designated by the DHS and the FBI as a domestic terror organization. Link in the InfoWars article to the Politico article, which explains that. Okay, on top of this, the founder of this group, a guy called Isaacson, Professor Mike Isaacson, who we've spoken about before, Mr. Pesnek himself, he has tweets that are still active on Twitter where he literally encourages people to assassinate Mike Pence. This is the founder of this group that harassed Ted Cruz and his wife last night. He has tweets saying we should kill white people. He has tweets celebrating the deaths of police officers. This is all still on Twitter. He's not been suspended. None of the tweets have been removed. James Woods got locked out of his Twitter account for posting a satirical meme. This guy encourages the assassination of the vice president. He's the founder of this group that harassed Ted Cruz last night. Still on Twitter, no action whatsoever. So give me a break when they claim, oh, there's no evidence of discrimination against conservatives. Yes, there is, every single frigging day, and this is another example of that.
Let's talk about Snake Man. For years, he's been saying, kill cops, kill everybody. He's a professor. I mean, I think people need to go peacefully confront this guy and the school there in New York, because Snake Man really is, in my view, organizing domestic terrorism. I mean, just randomly kill cops.
Well, I've embedded his tweets. He said, my jobs program, kill all white people born before 1962. They made him remove that one. They didn't make him remove this one. Quote, reminder that if Trump does end up winning this stupid thing, bear in mind, this is on election day. Reminder that if Trump, this is a quote, reminder that if Trump does end up winning this stupid thing, to assassinate Mike Pence first. That tweet is still active on Twitter. He was not forced to delete it like James Woods. He was not locked out of his account for that tweet. He's got like weird poetry, Alex, where he fantasizes about Donald Trump hanging by his toes. He literally tweeted on June 16th last year, quote, kill cops first. He tweeted off the pigs 1 day after the murder of 5 police officers in Dallas.
And let me add this, I have to make a major correction. His real name is not Snake Man, I forgot. I think you dubbed him Chicken Neck. I mean, he is the literal human chicken. Continue.
Pesnek.
Yes, Pesnek.
Yes, and he embraced that insult. He loves it. He also tweeted on May 12th, 2017, quote, kill your local politicians before they kill you. That tweet is still active on Twitter. Didn't get forced.
Meanwhile, Twitter claimed that I said use battle rifles on the media, which was not true.
Yeah, and you're banned forever. Oh, but there's no double standard, Alex. There's no discrimination against conservatives. Complete and utter BS time and time again. These tweets are still active. They've been up for almost 12 hours at this point. Gavin McInnes' phone is blowing up with death threats. You know, wakey, Jack. What time is it in San Francisco right now? No action whatsoever.
Oh, Dorsey, they all love it. They love it. In fact, I know we know the inside baseball. He wanted to get rid of me the whole time. As soon as I got in Rubio's face, he said, oh, now the Republicans will support getting rid of Alex. He wanted to do it the whole time. He was just dangling it out there like he was hanging me over an alligator pit.
Oh, precisely. And then you've got the other story, which is this Krasenstein fellow who's been caught on tape admitting that higher-ups pay him for his tweets. He always tweets at Donald Trump and appears towards the top of Trump's Twitter thread to, quote, sow the division. So CNN constantly bangs on about Trump sowing division in America. Here you've got a top member of the resistance admitting that he's paid by higher-ups to do exactly that. Will CNN report on it? Don't hold your breath.
Both your stories, top of drudgereport.com. Paul Joseph Watson, you're going to go now because you've got big reports coming out. I'm going to come back and play that clip you talked about and play your video where the former lead singer of the Misfits, has now been banned from a major festival for daring to tweet stuff about you and I. But of course, there's no censorship going on at all.
Misfits, Info Warriors. Hell yeah.
Danzig's voice, but Raquel Graves is a great talent of his own. I listened to this since high school. I want to hear you scream. Oh, I love this song. Seriously. It's fun to drive through the hill country. Big full moon's rising up behind the hills. And of course, the kids are in the car with you, and you press down that accelerator. Well, guess what? He, of course, after Glenn Danzig left the Misfits, was the lead singer for a long time with hundreds of great songs. And he was one of the headliners at a major festival in England. But the left canceled him because, well, he tweeted Alex Jones and Paul Joseph Watson. And this just illustrates how they're waging war on people's free speech. It is the Chinese social score system where you can't travel, you can't have bank accounts, anything. And then they also always build straw men that we're Nazis. You know, when they doxed Gavin McInnes and gave out his cell phone number, so he's getting all these death threats. He's joining us next segment. When they doxed him, the very same group that just confronted and threatened Ted Cruz and his wife and said, we're going to get you, we know where you are. When they did that, they also said, oh, and tell Gavin McInnes you love white genocide. Because that's a trigger word for the left, because they're pushing white genocide. All these professors are saying, when you get rid of the white race, it's inherently evil. That's what Tucker Carlson pointed out last night, was they're saying if a woman says that you sexually assaulted her, you are guilty. You're not innocent until proven guilty under Western jurisprudence. You are guilty. And that piece is coming up in a moment as well. But it's just amazing. If you're white, you're guilty. If you're a man, you're guilty. This is authoritarianism. And you've got that different Democrat congresswoman saying, if you're a man, sit down and shut up. You're inherently bad.
That was disgusting.
How freakazoid is all this? But, oh, if you're women that Bill Clinton settled lawsuits with for rape, or you're Hillary Clinton that was famous for representing child molesters, what she chose to do out of college, and brag that she knew they were guilty of raping little girls until their cervixes were smashed out, that's okay.
Ugh.
Or if you want to fund radical jihad taking over, that's okay as well. But
Linda Sarsour.
We're going to get Mr. Graves on the broadcast, but here's Paul Joseph Watson's piece on it.
Yet another example of communist China's social credit score arriving in the West. Mikhail Graves, former vocalist of the iconic punk band The Misfits, had his sold-out shows at next month's Up and Downtown Music Festival in Edmonton cancelled. Why? Did he commit a grave crime? Is he the latest victim of the Me Too movement? Did he fall terribly ill? No, he retweeted Paul Joseph Watson. That's right, Graves' shows were cancelled because he retweeted yours truly, InfoWars, Breitbart, and defended... Oh, wait for it. He defended free speech. The festival's artistic director, the guy who cancelled him, Brent Oliver, said this. It's the support of Alex Jones. If you go in through his tweets and replies, he's tweeting at Hillary Clinton, calling her a criminal. He's retweeting some British right-wing dude that I don't even want to know his name. And that's me. It's all, again, it's so close to the sun of guys like Richard Spencer, president of the white nationalist think tank National Policy Institute, that I just don't feel comfortable with it. I should also be clear, Oliver says, this is not about politics. Oh, yeah, right. I understand conservative politics, but this is not conservative politics. To me, this is alt-right hate, and that was appealing of the board and contrary to our policy, so we removed him. But wait, neither I or Alex Jones are alt-right. I make videos attacking the alt-right. So yes, it is about politics, and yes, you cancel his gigs because he's a conservative and you're an intolerant moron. This is what Mikhail Graves, the singer, said. I'm in the game of raising people up and giving them a victorious attitude and telling them it's okay to be you and to be strong and to believe in themselves and the people around them. I want to lift people up. I'm not looking to tear people down. Sounds pretty hateful to me. So once again, we see conservatives being socially and financially punished because of their political beliefs. Because, God forbid, should any celebrity stray out of line and be allowed to hold diverse opinions. No, they must be punished. You know, a similar thing happened to the American tennis player Tennis Sandgren, who was also subjected to a media inquisition merely for following some right-wingers on Twitter. Thou shalt not attempt to deviate from our monoculture. Thou shalt not be allowed to express independent thoughts. Because we're so tolerant, so progressive. Listen, I've lost count of the amount of people who tell me, either in person or online, both celebrities and non-celebrities, in journalism, in Hollywood, in sports, in business, how they're all terrified of letting slip their conservative political beliefs because they know they'd be hounded out of their careers. This is the de facto communist Chinese social credit score being implemented in the West. Conservatives, libertarians being socially ostracized, financially sabotaged, and having their careers jeopardized simply for daring to think for themselves. being refused financial services, being refused bank accounts for engaging in hate. What constitutes hate? Anything that challenges far-left progressive dogma. This is where we're at. This is the culmination of contrived moral panic and frenzied political hysteria. If you want to support the Misfits vocalist Mikhail Graves, he's playing an alternate venue in Edmonton, one that actually supports diversity of thought, God forbid. Details are in the description. Oh, and if you didn't know, this is my second channel that you watch.
Alright, so there you go. That's
Alright, Born Hawkeye. Misfits vocalist Mikhail Grave. Cancelled. I'm out. Love y'all. Hopefully that helped y'all out a little bit. Have a good night. Bye.